Okay, Sensei.
And I'm Kashdami.
And we just jumped off the porch
with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Don't hit my phone if you want some dumb shit. Go from the back, damn, shawty bustin'. Boy went pale when I seen him in public. I know some real.
Alright, today we got Kashdami and 1K Sensei jumping off the porch with us today.
You already know.
What's going on, my boys?
What's good, gang?
How y'all feeling?
We lit.
Feeling good, man.
For sure. It's dope to have y'all back, for sure.
For sure, I'm happy to be back, man, for sure.
For real.
Paying
For
homage,
sure.
you already know.
So, Dami, tell us what you out here working on in Atlanta.
Shit, I was just linked with Mexiko Dro, which is something I said I wanted to do in my last interview, which is actually really crazy. And it actually happened today. For the first time we in the studio, it was lit. Finishing up my next tape. It's about to go stupid.
For sure. How was that experience finding linking with Dro?
Honestly, it was iconic. Like, I was tripped out for a second. I was just like, damn, bro. Like, I was really looking up type beats of this man for like 3 years. So it's like, and even now I still do it. So it's just like, wow. Like, I was actually in the studio with him, and he producing for me. It was just crazy, for sure.
That's fire. How would you say life's changed for you since the last time you've been here?
Honestly, like, everything just went up. Like, socials went up, money went up, like, opportunities went up. So it's just I'm happy to be back, honestly, like, with so much shit that's changed.
No, it's dope to definitely have you back, man.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the most interesting thing that transpired since you took off?
The most interesting thing. I couldn't even. Oh, actually, meeting Jaden Smith probably was the most interesting thing. Because when I met him, that was crazy. Like, we both met him at the same time. It was just a funny, it was a crazy incident, for sure.
What's transpired between y'all two? How did you link up with Jaden?
So I actually met him like 3 times in like one night, for real. Like, we seen each other at like 3 different functions, for real. So I think he came up to us once, or we got introduced the first time, and then we went up to him the second time, and then he came up to us the third time. But it was just fire. He a cool nigga, for sure.
So he fuck with your music?
Hell yeah.
That's hard. How was it knowing that you have people of that stature that fuck with you now?
It's just fire. Honestly, like, I was watching this man as a kid just kicking shit on Karate Kids. I was like, damn, what the fuck? Like, this nigga up. We here.
So let's talk about you jumping off the porch last time, right?
Yeah.
What would you say is different now that you jumped off the porch in the industry?
Shit. A lot less friends, but a lot more money and a lot more closer friends. Like, I only talk to my like real niggas. Like, the real niggas, that's it. Like, I don't really talk to nobody else in the circle. So, and I just focus on the money more.
That's real. What would you say is the biggest lesson you learned since breaking into the industry?
The biggest lessons I've learned is stay true to yourself, and your opinion matters more than anybody else. Like, you can't let nobody tell you nothing. Like, you the one who started this shit, for sure. So you gotta always keep your mind on that, because nobody can really tell you shit.
That's real. And what's one thing you would say you try to learn and stay away from now that you broke into the industry?
See, one thing that I tried to stay away from is listening to other people's music and just focus on listening to my shit only, so I don't ever like bite into other people's sounds, because I'm trying to like stay in my own lane and always evolve my own shit.
Why would you say listening to other people's music affects your creativity?
Because I feel like it's just like if you hang out with people long enough, you'll pick up on their lingo or shit like that. And I like crank people. Like, if I really like people's music, I'm gonna crank you continuously. So it's like, I wanna rap on those type of beats or other shit like that. I just wanna evolve my sound like in like my direction.
That's real.
For sure.
What would you say is the biggest obstacle you overcame since breaking as an underground artist?
Really just like the underground artist stigma, like that I'm only meant to be an underground artist, that I don't have the potential to expand my sound. Like, that's just cap, like, for sure. Like, I'm always evolving. As I get older and shit, I feel like that's just gonna be my sound. And with my age and shit, my sound is gonna mature.
What would you say is different from being an underground artist and now a mainstream artist?
Honestly, I feel like there's not really much of a difference for me, just because of my situation, but I have a lot more support, and I have a lot more people on my team that's trying to help me.
How would you say the support has changed?
The support, definitely, like, it's a lot more efficient, for sure. Shit gets done a lot more quicker. Whatever I want for real really gets done, like, cause my team be on it.
That's real. Let's talk about the growth in the breakout single, Respirations. Did you expect that single to take off the way it did?
Yeah, when I first made it, like I said last time, I couldn't stop listening to it. Like, I had it on repeat for like a week straight, like literally all day. I'm saying like 24 hours each day, like nonstop. I was playing the song. And I was like, man, this shit's a hit. And I don't know, like it wasn't picking up for a second, and then out of nowhere, it just boom. But I wasn't surprised. I already knew what was gonna happen.
A lot of people reposted it, a lot of people shared it. So talk about some of the names that have indulged in some of your music since you broke into fame.
Shit. I honestly can't tell you right now. Next question.
It's a lot. It's a lot
So,
of names.
I'm not gonna cap. That's a lot of people. Cause I don't want to hurt nobody's opinion.
No, but how does that feel to know that you have that type of mainstream support now?
Shit. Honestly, it's fire. Like, I didn't really have none of that from before. I wasn't getting no like cosigns or nothing. And like even now, I don't have no like crazy major cosigns. But like the people that I do have like that are cosigning me are all like real niggas, and they're all like people that I personally looked up to. So it's just fire.
And who's some of the people that have co-signed you that you do fuck with?
Like Mexiko Dro. In my eyes, Mexiko Dro is mainstream. Like, but
Shout out Mexiko
he's still
Dro.
underground at the same time. He's underground at heart. But like he has a Drake placement. Like he's a goat. Like that's a goat status. So for sure, Mexiko Dro. Josiah too. There's a lot of people, honestly. So I mean, I couldn't name them right now.
For sure. Let's talk about your breakout mixtape, Epiphany. How was it working on such a great project, bro?
Thank you, bro. Honestly, Epiphany was just a time in my life where like I just wanted to make vibe shit, like shit that you could always crank when you're in a good mood, like shit that would make you either make you feel like lit or just happy, like one or the other, like calm or lit or just you want to be hype shit, you know? Like there's songs like 50 and I Love You, and that's like hype songs, and there's Trust Issues, like that's more on some love shit. It's like all over for real.
How would you describe the feedback that you got from the project?
Honestly, the feedback was pretty good. Definitely, I understand like some of the songs were similar because it was a tape that had like a similar sound. That was some of the feedback too. Also, the songs being short, but my songs are always short, and I do that on purpose because it's just that's the Dami sauce for sure.
I was gonna ask you that. Do you get a lot of criticism for like having such short songs?
Of course, I see all the memes. They be funny though, so it's just like it's funny. But they be getting old. I'm like y'all gotta be. I know y'all funnier than that. Y'all gotta make up some new funny stuff. But
So
yeah.
what would you say is like the secret formula to having such short songs?
shit, honestly, I make it so like I don't want to force it. Like if it sounds good short, it's just stay short. Like I shouldn't have to add nothing extra just because people want it to be longer. Like that don't even make sense.
I feel that. You're also shows, everything is going up for you. So how would you say your shows have transcended to then versus now?
My shows have like they kept getting shut down, and like now I'm getting into a time where like my shows are a lot more set up and official, and like they won't get shut down. So I'm happy for that. But like my fans, like they always go crazy. Like my supporters are always lit. Like they always pop out, like always going crazy. Like they kicked into the door this one time at the Psych World show. It was just wild. Like the shows are definitely crazy because I wasn't performing because of Corona.
So let's talk about your Lyrical Lemonade Summer Smash set. How impactful was that show, would you say?
So my Lyrical Lemonade Summer Smash, it was bittersweet because the crowd wasn't mine and it didn't get announced, but it was still lit though, and the crowd turned up, so it was fine.
Let's talk about your Our Generation music set, right?
All right.
How did that come to be and how was that set?
Honestly, Our Generation, I think like they just hit me up, or I seen their show. Oh no, I seen their show out of nowhere, and I was like, oh yeah, I have to perform on this because I have a lot of friends that were performing at that show. So I was like, damn, yeah, I got to be on there. Sadly, it got shut down, but it was still turned. It was a good event. The show met a lot of fans. Played unreleased. Public was going crazy.
For sure. What about Psych World?
Psych World was lit. I got that legendary ass picture with my manager Bass Nas in the background, smiling and shit. It's on my page. It's fire as fuck. Yeah, that show was lit. They went crazy for sure.
That's real. So even though you established all this success, right, you still decided to go back to school.
Right.
How important was that for you to make that decision?
Honestly, my mom really was stressing my education, and I understand it, so I'm not gonna ever go against it. I always encourage education, finish school. So I'm gonna finish school, but I'm gonna do it my way. Like, I can't deal with real life school. Public school was just irritating. Like, I don't know. It's just not my scene, you know, people. So I had to switch to online, but now I'm on online, so it's better. I can travel and shit, so it's lit.
How hard is online school for you?
I haven't started yet in the process. So I don't know yet. I'm low-key worried, but hey.
What's the worry about though, gang?
I don't know, man. Online school sounds difficult because Corona, we had to do online school. I was not feeling none of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your new style and your new approach that you got.
Mm-hmm.
How did you establish this new sound, this new attitude, and this new approach to music that you have?
Honestly, it's just the time of my life. My music really reflects my mood and what's going on. So I'm in a new phase of my life, like new chapter. A lot of things are changing, things are getting better. So it's time to evolve for sure.
How important do you feel it is for artists to elevate their sound?
That's the difference between like people and longevity. Like people who can be diverse and like change up their sound. Those are the people who gonna stay in the game the longest. So I want to be one of them. And I'm not here for like no short time. So I'm trying to be here the long term.
For sure. One thing about you that a lot of people want to know, that you mad humble, right? So let's talk about how you were walking around the Lyrical Lemonade Summer Smash, like said, through the crowd though.
Yeah.
How would you say that went?
Honestly, it was lit. Summer Smash was lit. The crowd was lit. I met a lot of cool people, a lot of good fans, a lot of girls. It was fun, man. Y'all turned up. We was lit, for sure.
Why would you say it's not good for an artist of your stature to walk around through the crowd though?
I mean, obviously it's a security risk, but y'all the supporters. I don't think y'all even on that type of time. So I'm not gonna ever assume that my fans is on that type of time, because I know they not.
Nah, for sure. So let's give it up for my boy 1K Sensei, who's also getting ready to drop a tape full of the artists he's been working with and producing for.
So I'm getting ready to work on a project right now. It's gonna have all the artists that I've produced for already. It's gonna have some new artists. A lot of people don't even know the new artists that I'm finna have on this project. New producers, new artists, new project. It's just finna go crazy.
Nah, for real. Who would you list as some of your inspirations, Sensei?
Definitely Zan Gang, Mexiko Dro, Stupid Cool. ASAP, like $8 at. Goyard, Benji, One Boy, Forward This One Will. There's a lot of people.
And if both of y'all can work with any artist right now, who would y'all say it'll be?
Who do you think?
Probably.
For me right now, it would probably have to be Baby Smooth.
Maybe Smooth.
I'm gonna have to say either Soulja Boy, Lil Yachty,
Lil Yachty.
or
Fuck.
Drake.
I meant Yachty.
For sure.
Yachty.
Most definitely.
I'm gonna have to trade that for Yachty. Sorry. I gotta trade that for Yachty.
Shout out Lil Bo, man. How was it meeting Lil Yachty?
I didn't meet him, bro. I saw his set though. Like that joint was wild. Like he's for sure one of the greatest performers. Like that's for sure crazy. Like that literally motivated me. Like for sure, it's wild. Crazy experience. Like I haven't even been to no shows for real. So that was like one of the first shows I've ever seen that wasn't mine. So it was hard.
And it was just dope to see him go crazy.
Yeah, bro. They had the fire shooting up and everything. Seeing a mosh pit from like our perspective was just crazy, bro. Like no cap.
That's real. So talk to us about your label, Dom. You done made the transition from underground to mainstream artist now. So what would you say has changed, and what would you say are some of the perks of signing with a major label?
Honestly, everything for me, like it happened quick, and like having a label behind me now definitely like advanced my career because I have a lot more money, and I was doing everything I was doing with like hella low budget shit and no money. So now that I have money, it's over. Like niggas cannot fucking touch me. It's over. Like we're lit. Like the future, like when I tell y'all, bro, like when you see the future, you're gonna understand, bro. Like having a label behind me, like they should have never let this happen because it's over. Like we're literally, it's the future, man. No cap. Y'all are watching the future.
That's real. So what would you say are some of the benefits of signing to a major label versus grinding it out independently?
There's nothing wrong grinding it out independent. Of course, when you're independent, you're making 100% of your money. and that sounds very good. Even though I'm on a label, of course I'm not making 100% of my money, but it comes with its perks, because the label goes and gets you more bread from other shit, and you know, they bring you plays, it's fire.
That's real. So what else are y'all working on at the moment?
Shit, my next tape, Hypernova, Sensei produced a lot of songs on there, a lot.
Like crazy on it, for sure.
For sure, a lot of the hitters, for sure, definitely my man Sensei came in clutch with them. We really just wrapping that up right now.
And what can fans expect from Hypernova?
Honestly, it's not Epiphany. So if you're going there expecting Epiphany, it's not that. It's like an evolved version of my sound, honestly. Like, can't even describe it for real. Like, I be in a lot of different bags, and this tape really like capitalizes on all the different sounds I be trying to dip into.
For sure. Any features on there that people can expect?
Shit, I can't promise anything right now, but I will say I like BK the Ruler's music, I like Cochise's music, and I like a lot of other people's music, for sure.
I could definitely see you and BK going crazy.
Yeah, I fuck with BK.
For sure. Wow, it's not bullshit. What is it that you say you would want listeners to take from your music?
Take that I'm a young 16-year-old man with a plan, and all my shit crank, for real. You just gotta listen to it. It can hit at any time and point. Just respect that this is young art, and this shit is beautiful. No cap.
For sure. Any last words and shout outs?
Shout out to the gang, shout out to the DMV, shout out to everybody, man, no cap. Shout out Cashways or No Ways.
Shout out Cashway.
No cap. Gangway.
Shout out my family. Shout out everybody that's been supporting me since day one. Shout out the haters.
For sure, y'all keep us going, man. Y'all keep us going, no cap.
Yeah.
For sure. Kashdami, 1K Sensei, we appreciate having y'all today, fam.
Hell yeah, we already know.
My brothers.
Don't hit my phone if you want some dumb shit. Hoe from the back, damn, shawty bustin'. Boy went pale when I seen him in public. I know some real Elliot shooters, they bustin'.